So I saw this thing, and it's really weird because I can't tell if this is a good thing, a bad thing, or something in between. It looks like Magic the Gathering is doing a Ravnica Clue Edition. It's called Ravnica Clue Edition Solve the Case. So it's literally taking a combination of Magic the Gathering, Ravnica, which is their magic setting, their actual setting in Magic the Gathering, and Clue, and
So is it
combining
basically
it.
like the monopolies that have a theme, but it's Clue with
But
Magic the Gathering
no,
theme,
not really, because you see, with
no?
Monopoly, it's the same game.
Right?
And even Clue, it's the same game because all they do is like change the names of the characters and they change like the little pieces.
They
So
reskin it.
yeah, they reskin it. But this is in the actual game because they actually have like the lead pipe is an artifact, a Clue equipment, and it's a regular magic card. Like here it says here, lead pipe, equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. You could sacrifice it and draw a card. It says right here, let's see how it works, is that unlike regular Clue, you're also playing a game of Magic. So it's Clue and Magic. The box includes 8 jump start style boosters, each representing one of the Ravnica guilds. Players select 2, then shuffle them together to make a deck. The gameplay then goes similar to Commander game, where you play rotating clockwise around the table. Players start with 30 life and give everyone equal chance. To make an accusation, you need to do a little interrogation that translates to dealing combat damage. When you successfully connect to another player, you can make an accusation. If that player has any of the cards you named, they secretly reveal them to you, scratching them off the suspect list. To keep everyone from attacking the same player, if you show evidence from your hand, you create treasure tokens. If you ever run out of creatures, you could also collect evidence, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it looks like it is Clue and Magic the Gathering combined.
Yeah, it looks like you're playing both of them at the same time,
Yeah.
and you have to like do the Magic the Gathering stuff in order to get your Clue stuff to happen.
Right.
In other words, because it builds itself. Now that I looked at it, as you either see if you solve the mystery first or just kill everybody else, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
But you can't just be trying to solve the mystery, because you do need to be like kind of doing a lot of Magic the Gathering things to your opponents to even get the chance to ask them, do you is this like Miss Scarlet or Headliner Scarlet or whatever it is, like with the lead pipe in the conservatory?
Yeah, it's just so interesting. So Clue, so everyone talks about Monopoly because Monopoly is so popular, but Clue is right up there. And Clue is actually even in Europe even more popular, I think, than Monopoly. Clue is insanely popular worldwide. And again, I can't tell if this is genius or they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, because they're like, well, what else can we make money with? Let's just take, they did D&D in Magic, and they did Clue in Magic. I think when we see Monopoly in Magic, I think it jumped the shark. I think that's as far as it'll go. But
It's weird that they don't have a monopoly for that, because they have so many
not yet.
monopolies.
They will. No. I meant the other way around. There is a Monopoly set, I think, in the world of Ravnica and Magic.
Oh yeah, see, I thought there would be.
I'm talking about
I didn't look it up.
No, but this is Magic the Gathering with a Clue reskin.
Oh, I see. You're saying that it would be a problem if Magic the Gathering had like the
Monopoly,
the
reskinning.
Monopoly Man as like a card that you can get.
Yes, because this is Magic in the world of Clue. It's not reskinning Clue in the world of Magic. This is actually a game of Magic with the rules of Clue attached to it somehow. And
I'm afraid I no longer discuss any products from Wizards of the Coast, so I'll just have to sit here and...
You don't even discuss it anymore? Wow. Okay. Well, then Mark and I will discuss it, because unfortunately the other ones I have are very similar.
I can discuss it. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I thought you were...
Oh, okay.
Well, that's something else I was talking about, because I know you aren't reviewing Wizards of the Coast books
I've never
anymore.
really reviewed much Magic the Gathering.
Well, I meant Wizards.
Although I really enjoy Magic the Gathering, and I've been involved with Magic the Gathering since it was the beta cards that came out.
Yeah, I have Alpha.
Always enjoyed it. We can discuss the whole Wizards of the Coast thing a little later on, I'm not tackling anything.
Are you a fan of Clue or Cluedio?
No, I'm not.
Yes.
I don't play Monopoly. I don't play Game of Life. I don't play Clue. Part of it is because I just don't find those games to be engaging enough. Mm-hmm. I'm not knocking them, but I mean, just like when I would talk to people and they'd ask, "Oh, what's your website about?" I'd say, "Oh, role-playing games and board games." And say, "Oh, board games? You mean like Monopoly?" And it's like, no, not like Monopoly.
You know, I want to be fair to Clue, though, because it's not my favorite game, but it's definitely way better than Monopoly in the Game of Life. Oh, I'm someone who usually on this show will take a middle approach on things and be like, there's a difference. Monopoly and the Game of Life are like, Monopoly especially is like not only a terrible game, but the designer wanted it to be bad so you could see that the monopolies of capitalistic society were bad, and then was surprised that everybody liked it. But Clue is at least better in that it doesn't have some of the flaws Monopoly does, even if I don't find it particularly exciting.
Well, out of those three games, in my opinion, I find the Game of Life to just be the absolute worst. It's just a simple roll and move. Whose turn is it now?
Yep.
And Monopoly, the funny thing is, the vast majority of people out there who play Monopoly don't actually play it correctly.
Yep. They use house rules that sometimes make it even worse.
Makes it like a 5-hour experience.
Yep.
It's like, no, thank you.
Game of Life is getting there towards Candyland, which is not even a game.
Right.
By many definitions of games.
Right.
It's an exercise. It's an activity where you just draw the cards and see what the game makes you do, because you have literally no decision making and nobody plays it. It just plays itself.
It's all luck based for the most part.
Well, I loved Game of Life when I was a kid. I mean, I haven't played it in a long time, but we used to play that a lot when I was a kid, and I mean really young. I've always hated Monopoly, and I could talk about Monopoly a long time, because my mom's from Atlantic City, so I had a weird connection with Monopoly.
There you go.
So whenever we went to Atlantic City, there's all the streets. So it was like, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Monopoly." But yes, Monopoly is only half the game, because you were supposed to play the game until you knocked people down, and then you changed the game to prosperity. And then you were supposed to build the whoever was the weakest or who had the least amount of money, you were then supposed to build them up and go the other way around. But they took off that part and just kept in the first part.
But I think Clue, not my favorite game, but it's a decently all right game. It has logical deductions. There's strategy to it. But as someone who in the past and has enjoyed playing Magic the Gathering, like when I was younger, I played it quite a lot, and who was like, I'm pretty okay with Clue. There's no way that I would want to be doing both of them at the same time. Like, I feel like that would just really frustrate me, because I would want to be doing the Clue thing, and I'd be like, oh, I got a really good Clue. Now I want to do the next thing, and they're like, oh, I can't because of the Magic the Gathering game. Or I'd be wanting to, oh, I got a really good combo in Magic the Gathering, and then I get derailed because somebody's doing something else with the Clue game. And I don't feel like that synergizes to me personally, as someone who at least likes, if not, I loved Magic the Gathering back when I played it. Both of those two games, all right.
So I
don't think it makes sense.
I put in a link, and you can see it if you go to scryfall.com/sets/CLU, and it has a picture of the suspects, and it's pretty good here actually. Senator Peacock, Mastermind Plum, Headliner Scarlet. These actually are pretty nice. Commander Mustard. The art is amazing. Here's the weapons.
Yes, it was Commander Mustard with the Mox Pearl and the dual land.
No, the weapons are still the wrench and the candlestick and the lead pipe.
But the lands are really cool. There's a ballroom, a billiard room, a conservatory, dining room. I'm starting to warm up to this. I was like,
I was going to say, so you're pre-ordering as we speak. Is that what's going on, Stephen?
they're dual lands. These are dual lands, no
They
less.
come into play tapped. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the cards are not interesting cards for if you want to just buy it and play the cards in your Magic the Gathering game, which, you know, some people will do. I'm saying that I don't really feel that the use case where you are actually also playing Clue at the same time is something that I would enjoy. That doesn't mean it's bad or that it's a bad experience for other people. I bet there are people out there who are like, this is my favorite thing that was ever made.
I'm so excited.
Mark,
Yes.
you always complain we don't play games on the channel. We're going to, February 28th, this comes out, and we can play Ravnica Clue Edition on the channel.
That's the only thing we've mentioned maybe playing on the channel that I'm not really interested in playing. But
Oh, well. I don't know. I think it's... Look, I give it... Look, at least they're not phoning it in. It looks like they actually put a lot of thought and effort. The art is insanely good. I mean, the Commander Mustard, holy crap. Who is the artist of that? Jake Murray. I don't know Jake. Wow, that is really good art. This actually is really well done. This is the problem with Wizards, is that they infuriate you. Is that a word? And then the very next day, they'll do something like this where I'm like, not bad, guys. You're putting in the A for effort. I give them an A for effort.
I mean, looking at it, it definitely is. They've designed a game. It's not like those phoned in Monopoly sets that just put the names on things. They have put a decent amount of game design effort very clearly into this.
Yeah,
I personally don't feel like I'd want to be doing two things at the same time, because in the past when I've played mashup games like that, I personally get frustrated by the one game getting in the other game's way, whichever one I'm currently focused on. But there are probably people who really like that.
I was just about to say the same thing. You want to keep your chocolate and your peanut butter separate? Is that what you're trying to say, Mark?
That's what Mark
I mean, not exactly, because I would say that the chocolate peanut butter analogy is more similar to, like, I don't know, if you have like Magic and Psionics in your game together, but you're still playing your role-playing game. Whereas for me, this is more like do I want to be eating my chocolate peanut butter and like eating a meal at the same time that I'm jogging? It's like, well, you want to
keep your oil and water separate.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. I probably could eat a meal while jogging. It would be efficient. It would save me time in my day, but I probably don't want to. Yeah, it would be messy.
Well, anyhow, Ravnica Clue Edition, Solve the Case, comes out next month, and I'm going to wait to see the reviews. I'm not going to pre-order it, but I might.
But you can see all the cards there,
I might
Steven.
try this. There's 283 cards. This is just 21 cards. Yeah, that's just
a lot.
Yeah, it's a full set. So that's what I'm saying.
I see. So it's a full Ravnica-based set that also lets you do Clue with the Clue cards.
So
I thought that the Clue ones were going to be like some special thing that you buy and you get just the Clue